A sudden and massive wall of fire erupts, burning with an overwhelming and intense heat that consumes the area. The witnesses are caught completely off guard, questioning what is happening as they watch the flames spiraling out of control. They realize the power of this blaze is even more outrageous and devastating than Xiao Yi's cataclysm ability, leaving them in a state of shock. As the winged creatures struggle against the heat, a violent and sudden burst of dark purple energy splashes across the scene, further escalating the chaos. The battlefield is consumed by a violent inferno that burns with an intense heat, specifically targeting and incinerating the strange purple essence scattered within the flames. Forced out of hiding as his shadow stealth deactivates, the protagonist watches in disbelief at the raw power of the fire, calling the display absolutely unbelievable. As the smoke clears, it becomes evident that the flames have achieved the impossible by successfully eliminating the mysterious and unknown corruption that was present. Despite the victory, a massive dragon made of fire warns that true corruption cannot be killed. It has merely been suppressed temporarily by this overwhelming power. The protagonist is visibly shaken and breaks into a cold sweat as he reacts to a sudden, overwhelming presence that catches him completely off guard. A massive and terrifying entity identified as the flame colossus rootwing dragon reveals itself, questioning how a mere human accompanied by two young dragons has the audacity to trespass into the sacred dragon domain. Identifying himself as a dragon tamer, the protagonist presents a legendary star dragon essence core and explains that he carries two vital missions for the Life Dragon King, one of which concerns the survival of a dragon from the outside world. Sensing the authentic dragon origin energy from the life canyon within the core, the Flame Colossus Dragon is stunned to learn that such a powerful and offensive profession as a dragon tamer actually exists beyond their borders. Surveying the devastation around him, the protagonist asks in shock what could have caused such destruction and demands to know the current location of the Life Dragon King. The Flame Colossus Dragon urges him to remain calm, warning that the domain is currently unsafe and that the corruption could strike again at any moment before ordering them to follow him. Realizing the gravity of the situation and the persistent threat of the corruption, the protagonist falls into a tense silence while processing the dragon's warning. Under the guidance of the massive fire dragon, the tamer and his two companions begin their journey deeper into the dark and craggy depths of the canyon. As the tamer and his two companions descend into the dark, craggy depths of the cavern, he is left wondering about the true nature of their destination. The location is revealed to be a secret realm constructed by a figure known as Mother, a solemn place marked by the massive skeletal remains of fallen dragons. Upon reaching the Dreamscape Life Canyon, the Flame Colossus Dragon explains the grim reality. The entire region has been consumed by corruption, making it completely uninhabitable. In the midst of this widespread devastation, they arrive at the majestic White Dragon's location, which serves as the final sanctuary for those who have survived. As the Flame Colossus Dragon leads the group through a valley choked with massive dragon remains, the tamer wonders in horror what could have possibly happened to devastate the dragon domain. Their progress is suddenly halted by a fierce warning from the Bronze Colossus Rootwing Dragon, who is outraged that an outsider has been brought to their sacred sanctuary. The Bronze Colossus Dragon accuses the Flame Colossus Dragon of going mad, declaring it an act of insanity to bring a human dragon tamer into the presence of Mother. The hostile dragon continues to fume over the breach of secrecy, emphasizing the danger of letting an outsider know the location of their final hiding place. The Cloudflow Dragon reacts with pure fury, accusing the guide of committing a supreme betrayal against Mother by revealing their secret sanctuary to a human. A twin-headed dragon joins the hostile outcry, demanding the immediate death of the outsider and vowing to defend their refuge to the last breath. Stepping in to protect the tamer, the Flame Colossus Dragon denies any betrayal, explaining that the human was commissioned by an external dragon specifically to find Mother and has proven himself a trusted ally. The hostile dragons are momentarily stunned by the news, deeply moved by the realization that they still have kin in the outside world who remember them. Presenting the legendary Star Dragon Essence Core, the protagonist explains that it contains the consciousness of a star sky dragon nearing the end of its life, which believes the Life Dragon King possesses a method for rebirth. The majestic white dragon repeats the concept of rebirth with a questioning tone as the glowing essence core floats away from the tamer and toward her. She solemnly declares that she recognizes every one of her children, confirming that she knows the specific essence currently held in the dragon tamer's hands. The group is struck with shock when she reveals a critical requirement. Accomplishing such a rebirth would necessitate the use of a rare and powerful seed of life. The Life Dragon King, the root of all things, formally accepts the dragon tamer as one of their own, triggering a quest update to obtain a life seed for the star giant dragon's rebirth. Hidden in the shadows, a malevolent figure smiles with sinister delight, whispering that her moment has finally arrived. Tearing through a glowing portal, she confronts the ancient entity directly, declaring that she has found the Life Dragon King at long last. With a maniacal laugh, she lunges forward in a sudden attack, vowing to seize the Dragon King's immense power for herself. A mysterious and looming presence reminds the winged woman of a warning he gave her previously, leaving her visibly startled and frozen in her tracks. Refusing to back down, the protagonist steps directly into a massive swirling portal of purple energy and boldly declares that he will not allow her to stand in his way. Enraged and desperate for power, the woman screams for him to move, threatening to devour him along with the Dragon King if he continues to interfere with her plans. The tamer remains composed, questioning if she truly intends to break their sacred contract and reminding her of the ultimate price, because their lives are bound together. His death would result in her immediate demise as well. Firmly declaring that the Life Dragon King is vital to the survival of all dragonkind, the protagonist ignites his power and vows that he will never allow anyone to cause her harm. Standing his ground with intense resolve, the tamer issues a final warning to his adversary, challenging her to come forward if she is truly prepared for their mutual destruction. Visibly annoyed by the interruption, the horned woman backs down for the moment, clicking her tongue and complaining that the protagonist is ruining her fun. With a sly and predatory smirk, she addresses him as Little One, noting with dark amusement that he is becoming increasingly cunning with every encounter. With a confident and sarcastic smirk, the protagonist retorts that his growing cunning is entirely thanks to the horned woman's own excellent teaching. Facing the reality of their mutual destruction, the woman reluctantly relents, agreeing not to harm the Life Dragon King for the time being. However, she warns that this truce is temporary, noting that once he uses his remaining 2 summons, he will lose the ability to restrain her ever again. Unshaken by her threat, the tamer vows that by the time their contract expires, he will have cultivated enough power to stop her once more.